You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your hosts, Chels, Dre, and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Got your three hosts here, Chels, Dre, and Reg, back with you.
What the deal?
Little hiatus.
Yeah.
How's everybody?
Good.
Good to hear.
Can't complain, man. I'm happy to be here, man. Missed y'all boys, man.
Did. How was the holidays, the Thanksgiving holiday, since what transpired since we've been gone?
And good. It was good. I really enjoyed myself. I was with some family. 6 of us, so we kept it cute and kept it safe.
Okay.
But it was really fun. I really enjoyed myself.
Good numbers. Not bad at all.
What about
Me,
you?
man? It was cool, man. Probably the best Thanksgiving I've had in a while, man. I got an opportunity to go up to see my mom, see my step pops. Had both my kids. My brother and sister were there, man. So we rocked out, man. I've literally stayed in the house for 5 days straight and enjoyed every single of it. You hear me?
Yeah.
Ate some good food, ate some good dessert. Had me a couple of tastes of some alcohol, 2K, man, it was a good time, man.
Okay. That was good. I will agree with you. It's probably the best Thanksgiving I had in a while. It's actually the first Thanksgiving that I've spent with that I have both my daughters with me together, because usually we do it for Christmas. They wanted to switch up a little bit, so we actually did Thanksgiving this year, and of course we had the life of the party, Luna, with us. I deep fried a turkey my first time ever. That was kind of an experience. I loved it though. It was great. It was a good time though, man.
You love it. You love the experience, or you love the turkey?
Both.
Oh, all right.
Both.
Okay.
It was a good experience, man. I actually I was kind of like not really in that mood, in that Thanksgiving spirit, just going into it, and not, just because everything is going on this year. This year is kind of like blah, but everything turned out good, man. I'm just happy for the experience and how it went down for the most part. I'm looking forward to actually probably doing it the same way again next year, because to me, Christmas is just like, both my children are older, so everything is for the baby now, for the baby. So they don't really care about Christmas like that, and Luna ain't old enough to really care about Christmas. So
never know, man. You had that same thought about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Look at how it turned out.
Yeah. We'll see how it roll. Man. But but outside of that, everything is good, man. Everything is lovely. I'm glad to see y'all and be back here talking with y'all. Kind of miss our laughs and talks, and because I don't actually talk to everybody like I do with y'all. Yep, and I also did I went and got that procedure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. All right. Well, damn. Well, congratulations, sir, on that. How you feeling, man? You okay?
I'm melancholy. Let me stop. No, I'm good. Medicine ain't really wore off yet. They said like 72 hours. So, but I'm trying to be on this medicine and then take everything. So once the shit that they numb you with wear off, I'm like not feeling really anything. Hopefully, but we'll see.
Hope so. Well, stay ahead of that medicine, please.
I'm trying to, man. Keep them bag of peas on deck, man. I did not believe that shit when everybody was like, "Hey, frozen peas." I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. But everybody say that shit, and it does kind of work, I guess.
Hit a pot of gold, ain't it?
Yeah. On the contrary, it's better than maneuvering with a big bag of ice and shit. But whatever. But whatever, man. What do y'all feel about? How do y'all feel about this COVID-19 vaccine that we talking about? They supposed to be pushing out pretty soon.
It's a no for me. I'm not taking it. So,
Uh-huh.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, it's not mando yet for anybody.
Not even mandatory. I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
Not until there's research and data behind side effects and all that other stuff. I'm gonna let them get it first and see who dies and see whatever happens with them, and then that's when I'll make my decision.
I saw this article, and y'all might have saw it too. It said Barack Obama, Bush, and Clinton was volunteering to be amongst the first that received the vaccine.
That's what's up.
For test purposes, but
they were to get sick, they have adequate
right,
the best healthcare in the world.
Yeah, right.
My basic ass United Healthcare coverage. Listen,
it ain't working. It's a no, right, Mom?
They're gonna give me everything that they get.
No, right,
behind that vaccine, so I'm good.
Them niggas got like around the clock assistance. If anything happened, you gotta get your ass up and jump in the car and rush somewhere. And
I'm super good on that.
It might be falling off you on the way to the hospital. What about you, Dre?
It's a no for me, man. Obviously, at some point, the military, I'm sure, will make it mandatory. But until that happens, and even then, I'm gonna have something to say. But I'm with you, Chelsea. I want to see what it's going to do to other people first. You never really get it right as far as medicine. It's very. I can't think of a single medicine that's gotten it all the way right the first time. So first go around. So this won't be any different, man. I want to see the side effects. I want to see everything, man.
Yeah,
so it's a good point that you brought up about the military, because as you know, we probably one of the first that they make that shit mandatory, and the consequences or repercussions of not taking it, is very severe. And I'm pretty sure you remember, like, when H1N1 hit, like, we wasn't taking flu shots like that. And then all of a sudden, that shit is mandatory. Like, you miss a flu shot now, it's a wrap for you. Like, you can damn near kiss your career goodbye. So I don't know. Hopefully, they don't go that same route with this COVID-19 vaccine. Hopefully, but knowing the military will military. So I'm pretty sure that shit is around the corner. We'll probably be some of the first that they make that shit mandatory for anyway, and we'll probably be the test dummies.
No, the healthcare workers are gonna be the test dummies because those are the first ones that have to take it. They're gonna be the test dummies. They're literally gonna be the first people to get vaccinations.
Online, man.
So
how normal do y'all think we're gonna get back to? Like, how close to normal y'all think we'll get back?
It's never gonna be normal again. I think there's always I feel like there is, until the vaccination is widely available to everybody, there's still going to be the restrictions on the amount of people that can be together. There's still going to be the restrictions of social distancing, maybe not as strict now as it is now. Masks I feel like are just a part of normal life.
That's
and will be
the norm,
and will be for a while. Again, until just the vaccine is readily available to everybody, and then more people actually getting it or taking it. So you can make it available. It's just if people will take it. Not everybody has a job where it's mandatory. So yeah, so that'll be interesting. I don't think we will ever get back to where we were before March 13th.
Oh yeah, but how close do you think?
I don't know. I just said I don't think it's gonna be like the large crowds, concerts, and all that shit. No.
Yeah, I don't think that. No. Yeah, I think we are in the new norm again. Like Chell said, they'll switch around some stuff. They'll let up you know, a little bit. But, you know, even on the news yesterday, I saw that, you know, being now if you're around, um, if you've been involved, been around someone with COVID-19, I think the self isolation is now just 10 days now.
Yeah, they changed it to
Right.
7 and 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I say all to say, man, I think this is the new norm, man. I have a hard time seeing us going back to, you know, where it's a time where, you know, it's all clear. Like, I just don't believe it, man. This shit is taking over the world. This shit is bad. I've been seeing numbers go up and up and up. And man, I think regardless, I hope not, but I think COVID is here to stay, man. I think that's what I think. It's gonna be hard to unless you just make every single person on the whole entire planet take this shit, which is not going to happen. This shit is here to stay, man.
Yeah, well, we know what side is pushing the agenda that, I mean, is really not that dangerous. We don't have much to worry about. And we're surrounded by motherfuckers everywhere. The ones that's not wearing masks and really don't. So what will make y'all feel a little more comfortable with, I guess, like being a little outside a little more, doing a little more than what we're doing like right now, like far as in gatherings and
No. Because other people aren't doing what they're supposed to do. That's the issue.
Right.
You can do everything in your power. If the motherfuckers near you or around you aren't doing what they're supposed to do, then anything could happen. So like, if, you know, we're hanging out, I could be taking all the precautions in the world. Right. And because y'all are my friends, I'm around y'all. But if y'all out doing whatever with whomever, then you're putting me at risk. But there's literally no way of knowing that. So I don't feel comfortable at all. And yeah, I'm good with staying in the house. We're just wearing a mask everywhere I go and not touching anything or anyone.
everything got cooties.
Basically, if that shit, listen, if the function ain't outside in fresh air, I'm not going.
Yeah,
It's as simple as that.
No closed in at all.
No, because I don't care if it's outside. If it's outside and it's closed in, that makes it inside. Like the fuck, that defeats the purpose.
You just breathing in it what everybody else is putting out.
Right. Like, yeah.
Let's switch up a little bit. Well, I guess it's kind of health related. We talking about COVID. So as far as in our people, our culture, Black people, and health concerns, the way a lot of us live life, eating, exercise, and all that other stuff. Do y'all think that like our culture takes health as serious as we should?
I don't think so.
I think we're taking it more seriously than we used to, but not
absolutely.
I think
you know, especially when it comes to high blood pressure and stuff like that. I mean, I've had a wake up call myself personally with the whole high blood pressure ordeal. And though I feel fine, I do know that there's some things I need to switch up in my diet. There's some things that I need to implement as far as my day-to-day activities. And, you know, it took me personally, I'll just talk personally, it took for me to be told twice, you know, like, hey man, like this is a cause for concern and you need to get it together, you know? So, and that, like I said, for me, I just don't think so. You think you're young forever, you can eat whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, the next day you're gonna be all right. But the older you get, man, it's really time for us to start, time for me especially to start, you know, looking at my diet and making sure that I'm putting the right things in my body because it matters. Because I'm paying for it right now. Feel fine, but paying for it right now.
So I'll agree with you. I think, and I've also told that my blood pressure was a little elevated at times. I think it was probably a year or two ago. I can't like exactly pinpoint how and where, because I mean, a lot of the things that they say, hey, don't eat or limit this or whatever else, like I don't eat pork. I don't eat a lot of foods with high sodium, sugar, salt and all that stuff. I don't know. So, but the main thing they said, is probably hereditary, which I know my dad to have high blood pressure. But I just think it's like, and I'll speak on my mom and dad, like and more or less my father. My father has had like 2 or 3 strokes, and the doctors have told him, hey, you need to cut back on the pork, no more pork. Stop smoking cigarettes, stop doing this. You need to probably limit your alcohol, stop doing this. You think he stopped any of that shit? No. No. Like, I mean, but trying to get a black person to stop eating pork is like damn near like telling somebody, it's just crazy. And actually I stopped eating pork probably like it's been 8 years now. But I don't know, it's just a decision I made. It wasn't like nothing real, like outrageous. I had health issues. It's just something I wanted to do personally, and I did it. But I know for other people, like you mentioned, like not eating pork to them, they like, man, I eat everything from the rooter to the tutor, or blah, 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 whatever else. Like,
that's me, man.
You cannot like just mention it. Even like when I go to family functions and we're having like a cookout or something, and I'm like, what don't got pork in it? It's damn near like I damn near gotta eat like a potato salad or something. Like that's damn near the only thing. Yeah, that can't eat the baked beans. They got bacon bits in that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think for I can't speak on any other culture because like I don't live inside those cultures, but I know for ours, specifically for my family, like giving up like pork and like living a more healthy life and doing like certain other things, like I'm probably one of the rare people, me and my sister, that don't smoke in my family. Even like I spoke about my mom, my mom had a stroke, and that's one of the things they mentioned to her. Hey, stop smoking cigarettes, stop doing this, stop doing that. She stopped smoking cigarettes for about 4 or 5 months. Right back at it, after that. Yeah, I do. I think that's a big issue within our culture. Just that us taking health more seriously, something we need to do.
I have so many thoughts, so many things. Well, for one, just the stigma behind going to the doctors, period.
Yeah.
We don't like to do that. It's very much don't ask, don't tell.
That's a big one.
So before you can even, you can't even know about the issues that you're dealing with if you don't go to the doctor. A lot of our culture is like, oh, I'm fine. I'll be all right.
Something that we talked about before, pray about it.
Pray, I'll be fine. God got me, or whatever. Just in general, when my mother, she lived 94 years and she ate X, Y, and Z. So I should be able to do the same thing. So I mean, there are a lot of systemic reasons why Black people don't have access to doctors and all that other stuff. But outside of that, it's just our people don't like going to the doctor.
Right.
I don't know.
It's like some taboo.
They just don't like going to the doctor. And then, so you mentioned something. By no means, I was not a science major. I don't know shit about genetics or anything else. So you said high blood pressure is hereditary.
Yes, that's what
is it is high blood pressure hereditary really? Or is it, because when you said this, I was thinking, or is it hereditary in the sense you're in that environment, like you're living with your mom and your dad and they have high blood pressure because of how they eat. You're eating what they eat because they cook for you. So you in turn are, as you get older, this is kind of how you grew up eating. So you in turn continue to eat that way. So you're more likely to get high blood pressure or to get some sort of ailment caused by the types of foods that you eat. So not saying that it's not hereditary, but it's also very environmental based. It stems a lot from kind of your environment and how you grew up, and then the changes that you make or don't make as you get older, and that you could potentially pass down to your children. Again, not saying that it's not genetic. I don't fucking know at all. I know nothing about science, but I know the environmental part is a huge part of that as well.
And also too, we just talking about food. Health is health, also too, talking about, not want to go to the doctors, man. It's a lot of people walking around here just because they don't have an itch to scratch down below. They feel like they good to go.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? There's some creepy crawlers on you. Could be some creepy crawlers on you that don't have no signs, no symptoms. You never know, man.
Just like COVID.
Yeah.
No
Just
signs, no symptoms, you don't know.
Well, yeah, we can't report no numbers if you don't get the test.
Yeah.
So I'm glad y'all said that, because I think me and Chelsea kind of talked about this the other day when I was actually talking about the procedure, and just not to talk too much about that, but it's like let's say men, for example, going to get checked up or doing this. Oh man, I don't want a doctor touching on me, or a doctor with my nuts in his hands, and da 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 da. Even though you're going to get checked for prostate cancer or this or that or whatever else, but we got guys that got too much pride to even want to get that checkup, or to find out like what's wrong with me, like I'm pissing blood or this or that or da 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 da. Oh, they can just go away. Like, nah, I don't want a doctor doing this to me or doing that to me or holding my dick or blah blah blah. Like,
yeah,
are you serious?
This dumb shit, man. Dumb shit. Not being safe. Dumb shit. Pride, man. Come on, man. The doctors, man.
And the crazy thing is, a lot of times when we do go to the doctor and we do find out we have something, it's so advanced. This is something that could have been prevented, or you could have caught in the early stages. A lot of times you wait until the absolute last minute when you can damn near get out of bed.
Right.
And that's when you decide to go to the doctor, and whatever it is, whatever ailment you have has progressed so far along where it could sometimes be, fatal. And I think I would love if we could normalize just going to the doctor regularly. I think a lot of times it might be fear, because who wants to go to the doctor and hear that they have cancer? To hear that, nobody wants to hear that, right?
Right.
And while it is scary, it's scarier to hear that you have stage 4 cancer than it is to hear that you have stage 1. I would much rather hear stage 1 than stage 4.
Right.
Any day.
Put it on me.
Any day.
Any day.
Any day.
So I don't know. Outside of, there's eating, there's the mental part of it, there's exercise, and there are a lot of things that go into it, right?
Water.
So it's not just food, it's a whole bunch of stuff. Getting adequate education and having resources. Like, we're fortunate enough that we have jobs, we have insurance, we have access to this. A lot of our people do not. A lot of our people live in areas where there's 1 or 2 clinics that service the entire community.
Absolutely.
A lot of our people don't have insurance to get, to get these checkups or to do these different types of things. So, yeah, I want us to have, number one, better access, and then to take our health a bit more seriously.
Right. And goes back to us voting.
Yeah, that too.
Things like that.
In terms of the access piece.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, it's one of those generational things we got to break too.
For sure.
Stop, stop making. And outside of even so speaking on the military, because the military is so fucking toxic.
Who's speaking on the military?
I'm just saying now that I'm speaking on this. It's just so toxic. The more and more I think about certain things, like I know as a young soldier, you was kind of chastised or looked down upon for going to the hospital because you had an ache or a pain. You was looked at it like like a whole bunch of stuff. And now we're seeing the problems with it when, soldiers, that came in with me trying to get out, they got different issues, different things going on. It's not documented. So now, you got to fight with the VA for years and years and years and years and years. But now it's more of, young soldiers that come in now are being encouraged to go. And you have a lot of these soldiers that have like real issues. This dudes that's had like broken hips and was scared to go to the hospital and get checked out, and they shit just healed wrong and they fucked up for life. So I don't know. This is weird in general. Just this whole dynamic of how the military do that, and then us too, how we get shunned or look down upon doctors or going to the doctor.
Gotta normalize that shit, like Chill said, man. We gotta normalize it, man. Stay healthy out here. Stay alive for your folks, man. Yeah. I know I gotta wake up calls. So hold on. Fuck all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we've had moments where we had to tell her, like, we got to check our parents. You eating that? Why are you smoking that? Why are you doing this? Why are you,
Yeah.
You already know, how that goes. So yeah, because they're set in their ways. They come from a generation where they ate all this shit. They cooked with all this salt and all this other stuff, and because that's what they know, right? And they passed that down to us. But it seems like sort of our generation and the generations after, we've been exposed to eating differently. Shit can still be good and be healthy. Like that's a thing. It does. You don't have to cook everything a motherfucking fat back for it to be good. Don't get me wrong. That shit's good.
Listen, that ain't the universal seasoning for everything.
Fat back ain't it for everything.
It's so good. So
good.
It's
just not. It's good, but you can cook some other shit. So yeah.
Yeah. But now that you said that, like, because my mom, after she had her stroke and she came to stay with me, I was taking care of her. She was ready to get the fuck up out of my house, so she could, because like I was like no smoking,
right?
Going outside my house to smoke, because nope, yep.
It's like the roles were reversed. You were the parent, and they were like the child. Nigga, ain't no smoking in here.
She's ready to get
out
of my house, man. She could barely like her hand was still kind of messed up. Like she wrote down something for me, and I was looking like, "You're not ready to go nowhere yet."
Right.
But she's ready to get the fuck up out of here. Like she like, "Look, I'm going back to work. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Like I just can't do anything around here." I'm like,
"No, that's the point."
That's right? What the doctor said.
Right.
But whatever. Dre, let me ask you this question because I asked Chelsea this yesterday.
Okay.
Speaking of parents, so if we lived in the how to where your family had to pick your spouse for you, do you think that you could rely on your family, your mom, your dad, your stepdad, whoever, to pick the right woman for you?
Man, that's an on the spot question, man. You know what? How about this? I think my mom and my stepfather, they would pick a good, nice, wholesome woman for me. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that.
Are they gonna pick what you want?
But
they want.
Yeah, they gonna pick. You know what I'm saying? They gonna pick. Mama Dre gonna make sure that the woman is as close to her as possible, and that could be a possibility. That's probably a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So from that aspect, yeah. But I'll say yeah because nobody's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So,
nigga, let me tell you, my grandmother, we talked about. She gonna have me with somebody pastor.
Yeah.
Her old school ass. If that nigga ain't a preacher, a deacon, he got to be on somebody's deacon board, usher board, at least.
He come to pick Chelsea up, and she got a dress on. It ain't down to her ankles. He can be like, excuse me.
Like that is not of God, young lady. You know what, nigga, get out my face.
No, I trust my parents though. Yeah, I trust my parents, man, because my mom know how I got. Yeah, my mom is my best friend. You know what I'm saying? The age gap between us is pretty short, man. Right. 15, 16 years. You know what I'm saying? So, my mom knows me very, very well, man. And if anything, my step-pops, he knows me very well. So, I think that they'll look out for me.
Yeah, I think my dad got me. My grandmother, it's a no for her.
Your granny?
Yeah, my grandmother, nah, I'm good on her. But my dad, I trust my dad. I think he got me.
Reg, what you think your mama gonna?
She got to be a praying woman, Reg.
Yeah, I'm along the lines with Chelsea. My mom probably going. This lady for me is going to be very, 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 very much in the church. She probably come in here. Oh, you got too much alcohol over there. No, man. I don't.
So
it's a whole different dynamic with my mom. I know I feel like my dad. He probably gonna have me. I don't know, man. I might have a thought. We might mess around with my dad.
Listen,
My
my
dad.
daddy, yeah, my daddy, my daddy now, my daddy. I'm gonna have fun. I know
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm about to say.
I'm gonna have. Hey, look, if my daddy picking them, I'm gonna have some fun now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have some fun now. Ooh, wee.
My mom.
After that, now I don't know.
Yeah, my mom is it's a whole different thing. Yeah, she gonna have me. I don't. I'm probably gonna be uncomfortable like hell. Like I like probably try not to curse and hold everything in. Like we go out to eat and would you like a drink? Yeah. Take some water and have a. Can I have a Crown and Coke too? And I got
I don't know, man. I think you know what. I think all three of us, yeah, we know our parents, you know what I'm saying? We got the onesies and twosies that we think that they're going to set us up, you know what I'm saying? Might have us with nuns or pastors like Chelsea said. But I think we ain't giving at the same time, we ain't giving them enough credit, man. You know what I'm saying? Expect what I would speak for me. Like again, I grew up with my mama. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So my mom is very much in the church, very much religious. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't curse, doesn't drink, doesn't do any of that stuff. I'm the direct opposite. So, you know, however, with that being said, she knows me, man. You know what I'm saying? So she's not gonna set me up with motherfucking Mother Teresa. And she know I'm out here hot dogging. You know what I mean? She's not gonna do that. I don't think, Mama.
Yeah, but she might be like, Dre, you need to change your life, and you need a woman that's gonna change your life for you.
So but she know how. That's what I'm saying. She know how to operate. That changing shit, man. Listen, come change me, goddamn it. I got something for you. You try it if you want to.
So along those aspects, thinking about marriage these days versus marriage back then, what would y'all say are some of the things that reasons why marriages now aren't lasting like they did back then?
Oh yeah. Chelsea, you want to spearhead this thing?
So here's the thing about marriages back. I mean, it is so different, right? Marriages then and marriages now. Marriages then, I felt like a lot of people got married out of necessity because they needed to get married. Granted, you love this person, right? You do love this person, or you like this person and you got married and you grew to love them. But I really feel like a lot of that grew out of necessity. Being with somebody, again, being in a household where somebody made the money when somebody stayed home, you know, there was that very much the gender roles, and that was the sort of standard dynamic in those types of households and in those families. And in that, I'm not gonna say the respect levels of men and women were different, but men felt inferior because they were the breadwinners. They were the ones holding down the household while the women stayed home. And because of that, the women had less of a voice, less of an option to say things. And a lot of women didn't feel empowered to get out of those relationships because they literally had nothing. They came in with nothing. So how are they gonna leave this man and still sustain for them and their children? They can't, right? So again, staying in that marriage for necessity. Now it's a little bit different. We're both coming in, women coming in, nigga, I don't need you. Men coming in, bitch, I don't need you. So it's like we're looking at it as what kind of like, what can you do for me? But also, nigga, you don't have to do shit for me because I can do it for myself. It's weird. Again, I ain't married. I ain't never been married. Do I want to get married one day? Yeah, that'd be great. But
that's you. I know that's you. No, I'm saying like you have that mentality. Like out here on that dating scene, a lot of because I know, you know, a lot of women that I encounter come across do not think like Chelsea at all. Like that whole I can do this for myself, or you can't. Like no, like I know Chelsea will split a bill with you. Chelsea say, you know, you paid the last 3 times. Let me get man. There are women out here that won't go in their pocket for nothing.
Man, Chelsea told me the other when she came. She said, "You sure?" I said, "Well, damn, what you think I'm broke?" God damn. I got some motherfucking money. Tell us, you sure?
Yeah,
You sure?
Chelsea be like, hey, look, this round's on me.
Hey,
Shit.
calm down, Chelsea. Calm
Oh,
down.
my bad. Listen.
No. I'm just playing, man.
I'm saying, but yeah, I mean, but that is Chelsea. Chelsea be like, hey, she'll bring some rounds back to the table. Man,
Right.
some women that will not touch their purse or think that's how it's supposed to be. They not supposed to do nothing. The man is supposed to. What I look like, I got a man. What I look like touching my wallet or blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean, and we've had these conversations before. It gets back into the pick a side. Do you want to be this independent woman who does everything for herself that doesn't need a man, or do you want to? Like, I think you can exist as both, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a very independent woman. I do not need a man to do anything, but I want a man. And I know in relationships, men like to feel wanted and they like to feel needed. So I'm going to allow that to happen in my relationship for my man. So he knows that my woman don't need me, but I know she wants me. You get what I'm saying? So I think like I'm never gonna get in a relationship or get into, and we're kind of steering off of marriage and I'm just talking about relationships, but I'm never gonna be in this thing with a person because I need them to do something for me. It is a two-way street, and it's never gonna be about money, right? It's like I see something in you that I want in my life, and I hope it's vice versa. You see something in me that you want in your life that's missing, right? And something that fills a void or just makes you better as a person. I think that's like when we're thinking about relationships, I think now there's so much of a power struggle between men and women, and especially Black men and women, that we're constantly butting heads because women feel this way, men feel this way. We don't often like to meet in the middle. We all don't often like to compromise because men, their pride is in the way of compromising, and women, we're very stubborn sometimes when it comes to compromising.
Right.
Say it ain't so.
So
say it ain't so.
I know, right?
So do you think it has something to do with, I guess, back in those days too, a woman is supposed to be married, or you're looked at a certain way if you're not married, woman or man, like that society treats you
for sure. Like now, obviously people aren't getting married as much. People aren't having as many children as they used to have. A lot, like within the past 50 years, that has changed drastically, but that has also changed with the times because times have changed. More women are not in the house anymore and they're in careers now. You feel me? So kind of, I'm not gonna say roles are reversing, but women are catching up with men,
right,
in a way that we weren't 50 years ago.
So we talked about this before, and I know where Chelsea stands, but I can't remember what you said, Dre.
Let me tell where I stand.
Well, I already know, but so Dre, if forgive me if I asked you this already because I did. I just want to ask. But so if you met a woman that didn't really want to get married, she was like, look, I look at marriage as a piece of paper. As long as I got your heart forever, you got mine. I know where you stand, you know where I stand. We don't need to go to the courthouse. We don't need to do this. We don't need to do that. How do you feel about that? Do you necessarily feel like you have to get married?
For the sake of my career, on the career side, if I want to, if it's another service member, I mean, we both know that if you want to be with that person, then and guarantee that you're with that person, then you have to be married. Right. But that's just the service member side. Now, me, how I feel personally, I mean, that's fine, man. I think that's okay. I think it's okay to not be married legally or whatever the case. I mean, it is just a piece of paper, man. You love who you love. You rock out with who you rock out with. If you're gonna hold somebody down, you're gonna hold them down. A ring shouldn't, even though it does for some people, not just women, but men too, it shouldn't change how, how devoted I am to you. You know what I'm saying? Or to our relationship. It shouldn't. So if I wasn't in the profession that I was in, I don't necessarily know if I would think that marriage would be necessary.
Okay. Okay, I fall along those lines. I thoroughly agree. But I, it's one of those society things for me
Yeah.
because society makes a lot of people feel like that's something that they have to do or need to do or supposed to do. So if the woman I'm with, if she feels like, hey, let's go to the courthouse, I don't need a big wedding, give me a ring, then so be it. Hey, I want a marriage, I want a wedding. Da, da, da. Well, we do whatever it is. But I did cut you off, Dre. What do you think about marriages today versus back years ago, decades ago?
I think back then, I think, and I'm basing this strictly off of what I know from my family members, or my grandmas or grandfathers or great grandmas or great grandfathers, or whatever the case may be. I feel like back then, it was pretty much a thing for women to be yes men. You understand what I'm saying? Or be quiet and be, and just like Shell said, just be the homemaker. You know what I'm saying? And so many different sayings and slogans. We can go on and on for days. But whereas today, which is a good thing, I feel like women have more of a voice, and they aren't holding back what they think. And for some men, that can be intimidating. For some men, that could be, they find it disrespectful. I'm not one of those men, but and so like you said, like that comes to the clashing. So it's men out here, and I'm not just strictly speaking on the men, because I'll get into that in a second. But when it comes down to men, some of them find that disrespectful. Some of them find it, for whatever reason, that's just not the way to be. But on the flip side, also, like we just talked about, we have some women out here that feel like they should be not only courted but taken care of, and they shouldn't have to spend their money, and they shouldn't have they like you said, they shouldn't have to worry about bills or whatnot, and things like that. And for some men, they're gonna look at that like, you know, you out your damn mind.
Right.
So I guess it boils down to these days versus the old days is having a voice, voicing your opinion.
But it
And
also all the no, I'm sorry, go ahead, Dre.
no, you do.
No, I was gonna say it also in what you said about women wanting men to do all of these things for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It depends. I think it depends on two things: how you were raised,
Yep.
and then the type of men you dated, which go hand in hand, really. Because
Yeah.
a lot of women, some women they were daddy's little girl, right?
Right.
They were spoiled. Their dad gave them everything. So why would you not look at a man and say, well, if my dad got me everything, so any man that I'm going to be with, he needs to treat me as such, right?
Right.
So sometimes you'll get those women who say a man needs to do X, Y, and Z because that's what she's used to. That's not a bad thing. If that's what she's used to and that's how she, if that's how she gets down, I'm not saying that's wrong. I wasn't that way. I wasn't brought up that way. So a lot of times, like women, the kind of men we date kind of mirror or reflect our dads or our relationship with our fathers. Like that kind of goes hand in hand a lot of times. So that plays a part. And then also just the type of men that these women have dated. If you have a woman who is constantly with someone who has a lot of money, typically that man's going to buy you things. He's going to get you X, Y, and Z. He's going to pay for everything, yada, 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 right? So then you go from this nigga who's paid for everything for me, or you go from these different men that, and you're used to having this certain kind of lifestyle. So if I go to Robert, and Robert don't have money like that, right? Robert can't afford all the things that I'm used to. I'm going to look at Robert crazy. Nothing's wrong with Robert. He just can't provide the lifestyle that I'm used to,
That you're accustomed to.
that I'm accustomed to.
Yeah.
That is very much like child support and shit, right? Like when it comes to child support, and like, nigga, you ain't paying it. You gotta pay based off of the lifestyle that this child is accustomed to. That is the same thing with women. And when we date men, it's like, well, my dad spoiled me. He gave me all of this, and I've dated these men, these caliber of men who were able to drop X, Y, and Z on me. So again, if Robert comes and like, damn, can you get this today? I'm looking at him like crazy, like, nigga, no, I'm not. I should never have to reach in my Birkin for anything except for my phone. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, period.
When you said that, it made me think about something I saw. This young lady I used to entertain, she had posted something that said, real men change tires, check your oil, check your this, check your this, blah 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 blah. Real men don't take your cars to the shop to get it looked at. If he ain't getting them in your hood, you need to find you a real man. I was like, the fuck?
If he's not a mechanic, he's not a real man, bitch. Like what?
Exactly. But so I commented on. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like a doctor or a dentist or someone that don't like to climb on the hoods and cars and have oil all over them aren't real men because they don't do mechanical
work. Bitch, you better go down to boys.
But like you said, Chelsea, we have women out here that watch their men do this. Their mom need an oil change, and dad is always changing mom's oil or this or that. So they like, oh, I need a man like that, or blah 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 blah. Like, but I kind of sort of dated this girl, and I don't do none of that shit.
But so here's the thing: nothing is wrong with that, right?
Who got a car that don't tell you when you need an oil change anyway?
That's besides the point. Like, nothing is wrong with wanting these things. You can want what you want. The thing is, I can't say you're less of a man because you don't know how to do, or you don't want to do, or what have you. I mean, I don't want to fucking change a tire. I know how to, nigga. I don't want it. I want my man to do that. I hate going anything related to my car. Mm-hmm. I will let that bitch break down before I go to.
Yo, your man might not even want to do it. He might take
before I go to the mechanic. But if I would rather my man do that. Just be like, so there are some things I could easily do, but I don't want to. Or nigga, you here, you do it. You know more about cars than me. You do it. You know more about X, Y, and or just nigga, you here, do it. As simple as that. So it's nothing wrong with wanting that, with having these expectations, but don't sort of demean a man if he doesn't meet that, or if he doesn't do that thing. He's not less than a man because he doesn't want to get under the hood of your Nissan Maxima, bitch. He just
or not less of a woman for not being the best cook.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can't cook like your fucking Mima, my bad, but that doesn't make me any less.
Get your ass on. You can't cook like my mama. Get your ass on.
Bitch, you burnt the cake.
But so yeah, those things go hand in hand. Like everybody, your spouse can't be everything to you, or the people that you're seeing can't be everything to you. Nobody's perfect. We're all not going to check off every single box, right? So you just kind of have to pick and choose and just be mindful of that. And again, I'm not knocking anyone for what they see as expectations and what they want. You want what you want, but just be mindful that everybody's not going to have that, and don't make them feel less than.
And if your shit is sky high, you don't find what you want, you only got yourself to blame.
Sky high, what does that mean?
If your shit is
expectation.
Yeah,
you saw okay.
Yeah, sky high. Yeah, you don't find what you want, then you only got you to blame.
We already talked about what to do. Hit us up in the DM, man. Let me know how it worked for you. I said that last week for that. Let me know.
Speaking of DMs, how do y'all feel about since we was talking about money and all that other shit, dudes that trick?
What is tricking?
What is tricking?
So
all right. For instance, let's say a guy, he wants your attention, but his means of getting your attention is money wise. It's all about what he can do for you money wise, or he slides in your DM, hey, let me get your nails done for you, or hey, sweetheart, how you doing? Don't even know you. don't even know you, but that's his opening conversation to you.
I don't knock him because it's clearly worked, because otherwise he wouldn't be in my DM asking that. So bitches have fallen for it.
Oh, of course.
I'm just not that one. I mean, you get it. You get them how you get them. You feel me? I'm not knocking it, but that don't work for me. Is it tricking? I mean, I feel like.
Oh, it's tricky.
I mean, it could be tricking, but again, that goes back to, so again, we just talked about the woman who has constantly dated the man that gives, and he might be that type of man. And those are the type of, like, he's realized that women are attracted to him based off of his money. So if he approaches a woman with money, that's how he's used to getting them, right? So that might be his only approach. That might be all he knows in terms of being successful with women, or successfully getting a woman's attention, is with money, because that's probably the caliber of woman that he's used to dating.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's tricking, but
listen. This is what I'll say. I have friends and family members. Obviously I won't say any names, but that that don't mind tricking, that will tell you that they trick off, and here's why. And it made so much sense to me. They say that they trick off because they know at this time in their lives that they don't want to deal with the emotion of a woman, deal with her emotions, deal with her every day, deal with her riffraff, or whatever they want to call it. They don't want to deal with any of that. They just want to have a pretty woman on their arm, and obviously sex.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for them to get what they want and not have any ties, they feel like, hey, well, I could pay for the woman that I could pay for a woman that I feel, if she is that type of woman, I'm willing to pay for this woman to get what I want out of her, and then she goes on about her business because I've gotten what I want from her. And I don't have to worry about her blowing my phone up. I don't have to worry about her saying, oh, you did this, nigga, you whack, you this, you that. No, this is what we had. This is what we arranged. I give you the money, you give me the honey, and you get the hell on.
What is like prostitution, escort?
That's what
it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounds like. But at the end of the day, it might not even just be, money being exchanged. Like, here, come do this, come have sex with me. It could be, hey, let's go out to.
Okay. I'm gonna go get you this
restaurant. It's still tricky, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, but they're still spending time together. It's just, you're spending time together, you're doing things together. There's the exchange of money. Not even like when you're dating someone, you're gonna spend money. That's just
So it might be something else, like getting your hair done, or
that's spending money. You're gonna in some way, shape, or form. But the aspect of being in a relationship isn't there. That they're very clear on that. Is that tricking? I don't know if that's tricking.
It is, but
you don't think so?
I said I don't know.
But I think so. I think it sets a precedence for whether it's a man or a woman. Now you're dating women that might not want to spend time with you because you didn't say nothing about getting my nails and my hair done. So I'm gonna go fuck with him because I know he can get my nails and my hair done.
I guess the tricking. I guess when it comes down to tricking, and my definition is, spend it. And you're right, Chelsea. You are gonna, if you're in a relationship, or a man is going to automatically, he's going to have to kick out some type of money, for said woman. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, especially if you like her, even if you're not in a relationship with her, you want to.
Most of the time, this is for attention. You like, this woman would not even mess with you on any other level if you wasn't doing whether you're giving her money or you're buying something or you're doing something for her.
So now we're talking about the caliber. We're going back to the caliber of women. You know what I'm saying? Or it ain't gotta be women, because guess what? It's it's some there's some women out here that's tricking. You understand what I'm saying?
But
It is. It is. There's some women out here that's tricking. So I guess it just boils down to the type of whatever you're giving up and what you want, the reasoning for why you're giving up what you're giving up. I think that's what makes it tricking or not tricking. Like I said, if for me, if I'm ordinary Joe, right, I'm Dre from around the way, you know what I'm saying? And I see motherfucking I don't know, Candy Rain 275 _ whatever on IG. You smell me? Like at the end of the day, if I'm looking at her picture, she got 50,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, she got the Birkin. She got the damn I don't know, man. The shit that women be liking these days. I don't fucking know. She got all the shit that looks good on social media, right? In order for me to get her attention, I'm gonna say, 8's one of my favorite numbers. 8 times out of 10, I'm gonna have to do something to get her attention, because that's the lifestyle that she's giving off. That's the lifestyle that she's possibly, more than likely used to.
Right.
Could be a side, could not.
Because you
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is what she's putting out there. So I just can't be regular Joe Smo and say, "Oh, hi, I'm Andre. I like nice walks in the park." Like, you know what I'm saying? She ain't going for that.
Right, but you just said you got mans who go into it knowing, like, willingly tricking off. So you giving shorty the money and she gonna take it, but you're willingly giving it.
Nah, but I also said, but they know that the type of company that they're keeping though.
Right.
That's what you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. They know the company that they keep. They know what time it is. You know what I mean? If I look, and I'm just using social media for example, if I looked at your social media, Chelsea, I'm not gonna think like, well, damn, I got a motherfucking, let me put this motherfucking mink on, let me put these diamonds on, let me goddamn take it a motherfucking,
I gotta be flashy,
rooftop, roof Chris and shit like that. But let me make sure I pull out the foreign shit. I'm not gonna do that because you're gonna portray that. But guess what? Old Candy Rain, goddamn, she got the mink on with a little Yorkie and a little fucking Birkin bag and shit carried around and shit.
But a nigga could take me to Roof Chris too. Don't take me to Applebee's. I don't look like the bitch
Come
that.
on, man.
Feel me? Like, don't do that.
That's not gonna make them. That's not gonna make them.
I know. I'm joking.
I'm just saying. Roof Chris ain't
nothing
shit.
is wrong with Applebee's.
Yeah. But yeah, that's not gonna make or break you whether you go to Applebee's. Some of these women,
I'm gonna find something on that menu that I like. So
some of these women are like Applebee's, Red Lobster. Just saying.
Them Cheddar Bay biscuits is fire.
You should have took me to the school cafeteria to eat.
Might as well.
If I wanted a hungry man, I would have went to Walmart. This nigga took me. I'm about to close it out, but something interesting that I like. I hear women talking about it all the time. That I really started to notice over the last week or two. There are men out here actually what do they call them? Hobosexuals, looking for women or dating women to have a place to stay or using women cars and all this other shit. And I'm like. Because
you said hobosexuals?
Yeah, hobosexuals.
Damn, I ain't never heard that one before.
Neither.
And that it makes absolutely no sense because it has nothing to do with their sexuality and everything to do with them being bum ass niggas. But go ahead.
Ain't that a womanizer? Ain't that what womanizers do? That's a womanizer.
Right? Says that is a damn womanizer. But so guys I hang around with, you have their own house, own car, whatever else, they're not really, but I started to see that more and more, talking to family members and seeing who certain family members were dating, guys that don't have cars, don't have this, ain't really working. And I'm like this shit is out here for real. But I don't traveling those circles, so I don't know that. When I hear it, I'm just like, okay, all right, whatever. But it's niggas out here really trying to live off women like that.
You thought Baby Boy was a joke, nigga? That's real life.
I don't know him.
Niggas out here moving just like Jody.
Get some Jody out here, cuz.
It's a lot. Listen, I don't have nothing to do with them, but I know they're out here.
Have you ever been approached by a guy like that? Like that you felt like may have been in that situation?
No.
You know what they call that where I'm from? They call that gorilla pimping where I'm from. They call it gorilla. They call it gorilla pimping.
That take pride in that shit.
That's what I'm saying. They call it gorilla pimping where I'm from.
Because you have women who will, again, a nigga's gonna only do what you allow, and they do this because they know that there are women who will take them in because a lot of these men on the surface they look good, right? They don't like fucking bums. They don't look homeless. Like they are attractive men. They look, they dress the part, whatever. But in the background, they don't have shit. You feel me? So. Yeah. And they find women or they date women who has something, and why not? If this is your girl, now it's yours. What's hers is now yours, right? So then you get comfortable, you get content, and then this nigga is just in your face for the next 5 years because not working, taking you to work in your car, dropping you off, and he out doing whatever. But again, and this can go to another conversation with women. Why do you even allow that?
That's a good question.
What is it about? What are you missing that you feel that you need to have this man who literally does not contribute to your life at all outside of saying that you have a man? And especially, I'm not down. Like if you don't have a job, if you're actively looking for a job, okay. If you don't have a car, shit happens. You feel me? You have to actively be trying to get these things or trying to put yourself in a better position for me to even say, okay, that might be something I consider. But if you're just content, not having a car, not having a job, not having money, and just mooching off of me, you can get the fuck. That's never gonna happen. Not with me.
Absolutely. I wouldn't hold you for that either. So do you think it could be because there are a lot of women that think they're fixers?
Possibly.
And like I'm going. So here's interesting enough. Here's
fixing a nigga. If you
nigga, I'm not. This ain't what's that shit? Operation. Damn.
I'm well past the idea of thinking I can fix a man.
So
that's not gonna happen.
Here's a definition. Homosexual is a person who dates you with the sole interest of having a place to stay, not a genuine romantic interest. They're serial daters. They often bounce from one living relationship to the next, usually with a rolling hockey bag full of dirty laundry in it.
It's super common. It's super common.
Wow. The things you learn.
Damn.
The things you learn.
And then again, a woman just wanting a man so bad that she deals with that shit. Are you kidding me? Nigga, get out my house before I call the cops.
Nigga.
Fuck out of my house before I call the police.
Scram.
Yeah, beat it.
And tell them you're trespassing. Your name ain't no shit in here.
Beat
get
it,
out.
Jack.
Get the fucking.
Watch out for them homosexuals now. So did you in the definition? Did you say a man or a person?
A person.
Okay.
Who dates with the sole interest of having a place to stay.
So it could be women too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It could be women. None of this is exclusive to one gender.
Hobosexuals, then.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, people, great conversations. Needed this little therapy, little laughs. What y'all got rolling into the weekend? Man, this cold weather is came up quick on me.
It was 25 degrees this morning.
Yes, sir.
In Georgia.
It said 23 over here. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's what happens when it gets closer to winter.
No, we in Georgia, man. We ain't trying to do nothing. We ain't trying to have none of
that. Yeah, global warming is real. Shit ain't how it's supposed to be.
At all, man.
Listen, man, I'm a motherfucking this weekend. This is what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna take the opportunity to sit back and try to just relax and get my mind right, man, for this month, the end of the year, and going into next year. I need to take the opportunity to just focus and evaluate everything that's going on in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing this weekend. Besides playing with my little boy, that's what I'm doing this weekend, man.
Bad thing.
So if you call me and I don't pick up, don't take it personal.
That's real. I'm doing homework and a few other things, but that's it. Ain't nothing crazy. My usual.
I'll probably be sitting on my ass.
It's gonna be raining all weekend, so.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, I saw that. She look ugly up there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, it was good. It was real. Shout outs we got here? No. I said any shout outs we got?
Oh, go ahead, Joy.
You already know I got shout out. Chelsea. Anyway, shout out to the people back home, man, as always, man. Shout out to my cousin, my young cousin Xavier, man. Man, I love you so much, boy. Stay encouraged, man. I got you forever, dog. Shout out to all my people, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Unapologetic, the podcast, man. Keep fucking with us, man.
Absolutely. Yes, I'd like to echo all of that, and definitely shout out to my two co-hosts. And without them, it wouldn't be as fun as it is. Absolutely. Everybody stay healthy, stay safe.
Wear your fucking mask, y'all.
Mask on. Absolutely. Until next week,
if you have COVID, don't go out, because a lot of people have COVID and still just out in the world.
You know it.
And that's what I'm saying. They know they have COVID and still going out. Like that couple from Hawaii, they had COVID. They knew they had COVID and just fucking traveling, and they got arrested, dummies.
A dude I know did that shit, man.
Yeah.
Man, I want to beat that man. Give you a knuckle sandwich.
Yeah, like, come on, what are you doing? We're never gonna get out of this if people do shit like that. Like, damn, you can't sit down for 10 days, test again, be negative, and then be mixy. Like, you just so pressed to be at a bitch brunch.
But I know, but that goes back to our leadership, because XYZ says this and says that, and a lot of people are emulating that dumb shit, man.
Nah, I'm not trying to hear that.
I'll be so glad once we. Oh man.
Nah, fuck a leadership. Like, granted, Trump is trash. We already know where he stands. When you see people around you dying from this shit, when you see them numbers, when you see your friends' parents dying, and like, come on.
Cut it.
Come on. Like, I don't give a fuck what they're doing at the top. I see that it's around me. It's affecting the people that I love and that I know. So even if I was a non-masker nigga, I am now. I mean, I've never been a non-masker. I've always worn my mask, but I'm just saying, like, when it hits close to home, that's when you think that people would, get their shit together, especially in having it. You still want to be out here fucking cha-cha sliding and shit. You want to have fun. Like, come on.
Shuffling and shit out here.
Yeah. Dummies.
Hey, chill. I know we got to go. That's man. I'm gonna tell you, man. Your motherfucking change shit dance. That's why I took mine off earlier. This shit dance. This shit dance. Look, hey, I just her braid. Look, Red. Her braid went back. I seen the motherfucking twinkle. I'm like, yeah, God damn. Look, you see, I got nothing. Look, put my shit.
This day regular.
I'm talking about
a little something light.
Something light. I mean,
God damn. Okay.
What it is, light. But anyway, guys, it's been great. Thank you for tuning in, for watching another episode. We are unapologetic and we are unfiltered, and we out. Peace.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.